welcome to another video and welcome to a rather large book haul. This is a haul for both May and June, so while it is quite large, it is 2 months worth of books. So I've got 27 books here to haul, which is a lot. However, in my defence, that was about the amount that I would haul every month, like last year, and this is 2 months. So it's kind of, girl maths, I'm only hauling half the amount. Right, as always, I'm going to start off with the books that I very kindly got sent from publishers. So starting off with Usborne, who have been incredibly generous to me this month actually. I've got 3 here from Usborne. First of all, I've got The Thread That Connects Us by Ayan Mohammed. This is a YA about 2 girls who I believe are both Somalian, and it is hate at first sight when they meet each other at school. I think this is going to be a really interesting story. I'm excited to read it. Thank you very much, Usborne. Next, I've got The Cinderman by Alex Atkinson. This one is a middle grade, I think it's a middle grade horror, about 2 children who live at a funeral parlour who don't believe in ghosts until they accidentally release the Cinderman, who is a terrifying ash monster. Sounds really good. I'm going to save this one for spooky season. Thank you again, Usborne. And finally, Usborne has sent me The Secret of the Blood Red Key by David Farr. This one is a finished copy. This is the paperback release of this book. They sent me the hardback earlier this year. So thank you very much, Usborne, for these books. Oh, I should say, The Cinderman comes out in October, and The Threads That Connect Us comes out, I don't know when it comes out. It's out on the 4th of July, so will have come out this month. And then finally, in terms of arcs, I got sent The Great When by Alan Moore from Bloomsbury. This one is an adult fantasy about alternative Londons. This has kind of given me vibes of A Dark Shade of Magic, but for adults, so intrigued by this one. I should say, Great When also comes out in October. Clearly not very good at this job, am I? So the books that I have also received for free, but they aren't arcs, I picked up in a book swap Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I really like Marissa Meyer. This one is a Alice in Wonderland retelling, and I am excited to get to it. I got sent The Real Deal by Caitlin Devlin. This one, basically, again, you might know, I work for a company called Tandem Collective. We run lots of read-alongs, and sometimes the publisher sends us too many books, and because I am me and I have no self-control, I will message Tanya, who looks after the books, the spare books, and be like, can I have that one? And that's what I did with The Real Deal. This sounds fantastic. It's a kind of contemporary, I guess, contemporary thriller maybe. So there is a group of girls who at age 12 were plucked from obscurity and put on a reality TV show called The Real Deal. Now they're adults, they're 26, and they're trying to live kind of anonymously after being kind of put in this TV show that was designed to make them famous. I think it's going to be a really, really great read. I got sent from Head of Zeus The Watchers by A.M. Shine. This is a horror about this kind of cabin in the woods where if you leave as soon as it's dark, the Watchers will get you. This was super creepy, super intriguing. I read this one earlier this month. From Daphne Press, so that is Lumacrate's imprint, I got sent a group of books by Andrew Joseph White. So we've got Hell Followed With Us, The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, and an arc, this one comes out in September, of Compound Fracture. I'm not entirely sure what these books are about. I think they are horror, I think. So Hell Followed With Us is about a trans boy who's on the run from the cult that raised him. And he's cornered by monsters born from destruction. Sounds like it's going to be good. Again, that sounds kind of like horror-y. This one, The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, is historical. So in 1883, the veil between the living and the dead has thinned, and there are mediums who commune with spirits. And again, sounds like it's going to be a horror. And finally, Compound Fracture is again about a trans boy and a blood feud. Sounds intriguing. I am excited to read these ones. I don't know when I'm going to get to them, but I will get to them at some point. And finally, probably my most anticipated read of the year, or one of, from my lovely people at Penguin, I got sent The End Crowns All by B. Fitzgerald. If you've been following my channel, you know that I was absolutely obsessed with Girl Goddess Queen when I read it earlier this year, and so I am so happy to have been sent The End Crowns All. This one has got, it's a finished copy, it's got the sprayed edges, it's got a very, very stunning Naked Kid hardback, and I'm excited to read this one. This one is a Cassandra and Helen of Troy story. I don't know quite what's going to happen in it, but I am very excited to find out. It's one that I want to go into not knowing too much, if I'm totally honest. But thank you very much to all of the publishers mentioned there and for sending me free books. Next we'll get on to the books that I bought with my own money, and once again I went on Vinted and I've bought a number of books on Vinted. In fact, let me just separate out the 4 that I did not buy on Vinted from all of the rest. So we're gonna start off with the 4 that I found in a charity shop. So in the charity shop I picked up Midnight and Double Act, both by Jacqueline Wilson. Double Act is one of my favourite books by Jacqueline Wilson that I read as a child, and I was really upset that I couldn't find my copy. I don't know where it went, so I wasn't able to read it in my Jacqueline Wilson vlog recently, but I now own a copy and I will be reading it at some point. And Midnight I haven't read before, but this one sounds really interesting. I believe this one is a YA, and it's about a girl, Violet, who has got a very controlling brother, and the girl and Violet kind of retreats into fantasies around her favourite book. Sounds like it's going to be good. I also picked up from the charity shop Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mitsuki Tazujimura. Apologies. I'm not too sure what this one's about. I have seen people read this one. I'm intrigued by it. I believe this one is a Japanese translation. Yeah, translated from Japanese. I'm intrigued. And finally, from the library, actually, they had a book sale. I picked up Things We Say in the Dark by Kirsty Logan. This one, again, is a horror, and it's set in a remote house in Iceland. I'm intrigued by it. It looks really good. It looks like it's going to be interesting. Then, like I said, I went on Vinted, and I clearly have zero self-control when it comes to Vinted. So I picked up Delilah Doesn't Care by Ashley Heron Blake. This one is a sapphic romance. That sounds really, really good. I'm excited to read this one. What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I haven't read anything by T. Kingfisher, and I'm just excited to get to this one. It is a bit damaged, but honestly I don't really mind my books being loved. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I picked up The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. This book I know is Meg from Meg with Books' favourite book, and I am excited to read it. Also, let's look how floppy that is. Lovely. This is, I think it's a kind of retelling, I guess, of the daughters of famous fictional characters. So we're following Mary Jekyll and Diana Hyde, and then there's also other people, Beatrice Rappaccini, Catherine Moreau, Justine Frankenstein, so like daughters of famous men in fiction. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm intrigued to read it. I picked up Vengeful by V. Schwab. This is the sequel to Vicious, and this is the cover that I really like. My copy of Vicious is so ugly, but I'm excited to get to Vengeful. I did really enjoy Vicious, so I'm excited to get to this one. Then I picked up a number of Lynn Painter books because I really enjoy Lynn Painter. So I've got Happily Never After. This one is this might be in the same, is it in the same series as Mr. Wrong Number and Love and the Love Wager? If it is, I'm very excited. I don't know if it is or not, but this one is an adult romance. So a woman hires a stranger to interrupt the ceremony of her wedding, confront her fiance, and it's like a revenge story, I think. Don't really know. It's about a love cynic who falls in love. Better Than the Movies. I believe these three are all more YA, but I've got Better Than the Movies, which is basically a guy who uses romantic comedies to like woo someone, which I love. Betting on You, which sounds like it's going to be similar to The Love Wager. So this one is about a kind of workplace rivals who make bets about who's going to, I don't know what they're betting on actually. He's going to fall for someone, maybe? I don't know. Sounds like it's going to be really good. Clearly, I haven't read the synopses. I bought all of these purely because they're by Lynn Painter. And finally, I've got The Do-Over, which is like a Groundhog Day kind of story where she repeats the same Valentine's Day. So I'm excited by all of those, even though I clearly don't know the synopses of any of them. And then finally, my last stack is the Book Box books. Yeah, Book Box books. From May's book boxes. In the May Fairy Lit Romantasy, I've got A Curse of Blood and Wolves by Melissa McTarnin, which is very, very pretty. I have read this one. It didn't go too well. It started off quite good and it went downhill. And from the Fairy Loot Adult, I've got The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. This one is absolutely stunning, but I have not read it. And then from June's boxes, I've got Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen, which was the Illumicrate book. I didn't realise I was getting this one, I'll be totally honest, so not massively intrigued by it. And from the Fairy Loot Romantasy box, we've got Nectar of the Wicked by Ella Fields, which does intrigue me. So that was my very large book haul. Apologies for the fact that I clearly know nothing about any of the books that I am hauling. But there we go. If you have read any of these and you can tell me what they're about, I'd really appreciate that. Comment down below. If you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.